Okay, I think I'm live. Early morning, back to show it. So, we're going to do our chair yoga this morning. I don't know how many people are going to join me, but either way I'm going to put it on YouTube afterwards. Now you've noticed I've changed my position because the sun was blaring through, so I can't see actually the screen if it's the other way around. You've got me facing this way, my front door. Hopefully my husband doesn't come down and stand in the window behind me when he wakes up. Otherwise everybody will get a bit of a scare. So we're going to start off with our feet flat on the floor. Very thingy today, I haven't made my water. I've got my coffee, so occasionally you may stop me, see me stop and have a drink of me coffee. You can see it's my evil Disney people. They're my faves. You've got someone. Hi, Sati. Hello, Savannah. Hi, Maureen. So yeah, it's a bit of a nice, gentle class today, and nothing too serious. And like I said, I've got my cup of coffee, so you may see me go for that every now and then. Some of our house rules: make sure you've got enough space that you're not going to hit anything, and also that the chair that you're sitting on is a sturdy chair. It's not going to fall apart. It's not a collapsible chair that goes into half so that when you push on it, it falls. And also that it's on a mat or something, that it's not on, and also that it slides when you push it, make sure that it's secure. So we will be standing behind it. As you see, I've got a bit of a cushion on mine, basically because it hurts my butt, but also it gives me a bit of a lift, so that I'm not sitting too far, my feet aren't up here. Now, if you can get your bum to the back of the chair, even better. But if you find that your feet lift off the floor, then use a block or a cushion, anything that you can, so that your feet feel as if they're flat on the floor and that your knees are in line with your hips, and then everything else stays in line as well. I'm going to move that, I don't need it. If you can, grab yourself a sock or any kind of cloth or anything, so that at the end we can do a bit of toe work as well. That'll come in, you'll understand it in a bit. So we're going to start off sitting on our chair, bringing our back nice and straight, tucking our chin in. We'll just do a bit of breathing. So we're going to breathe in and lift our arms up through the nose. And then if we can, breathe out through the nose as well. And this is just as you're breathing in, just telling your body you're getting ready to do a bit of yoga, a bit of exercise. If anything at any time feels painful or you feel ill, it doesn't feel right to you, then stop. It's your body, you know it better than anybody else. And we're going to do 2 more. And our last one. Lovely. Bringing it down. So we're going to work on our neck. I'm going to turn sideways and I'm going to get you to do a little movement with the neck. So keeping the back nice and straight. Your chin, you're doing a bit of a chicken. You're going to take your chin out, but keeping your shoulders back. You're then going to drop the chin towards your chest, and then you're curling your head back up to this position. So you're pushing the chin out, you're dropping it down, and you're curling it all the way back up. So with this, you're thinking about what's going on in this area of the neck, but it may not just be here. You may feel it all the way down your back, and that's it stretching your spinal cord as it's doing it as well. So again, we'll do 3 of these. So we're pushing the chin out, we're dropping it down, and we're rolling it back up. Lovely. That's loosened off the neck. So we're just going to do a bit of movement through the sides and a twist, the things that we normally do. So from here, you're just going to let your ear drop down towards your shoulder, and then you're taking it over to the other side. So again, you're keeping that chin tucked in, you're not lifting it up. It's just a little movement. And again with this, as you're doing it side to side, you'll feel it pulling around the opposite sides of the shoulder blades. Maybe again even down here. And just taking it side and side. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. So now we're going to turn and look over the shoulder. So again, we're keeping that chin nice and parallel. We're not letting it drop, we're not lifting it. And we're just looking over the shoulder. Now with this, you may feel a stretch right through the jaw, running down here, running into the shoulders and the arms. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. Now, you may find, especially when you're doing that, like a crunching on one side especially, depends on how you sleep. And it tends to be that it's the fibres and the ligaments in the neck just slipping over the top of each other. Oh, got some people on Facebook as well. Nice to see you. So, we're going to bring it into our shoulders. If we put our hands on our shoulders, and it doesn't matter if you can't reach, you're just trying to get them there, because you'll start to feel that the elbows and the wrists start to move as well. We're getting them in as well. Bring the elbows to the front again. It doesn't matter if they can't touch. You're going to breathe in, lifting them up and taking them all the way around. Think about bringing the shoulder blades together. So lifting, breathing in and breathing out as you're bringing it down. And these are just starting to get the shoulders to do a bit of work, to wake up. And then we're going to take it in the opposite direction. So we're going to take them back. We're going to lift them up, turn the elbows to the front. If they can touch, make them touch. If not, then just keeping them there and bringing them down. Breathing in as you're bringing it up. Breathe out as you're bringing it down. And then we're bringing it down to here. So from there, we're just going to work our wrists. So again, we're bringing our thumbs on the inside and then making a fist. With our hands here, you're just going to move your wrists up and down in this direction. And you'll feel that right through the sides of the arms. And then we're bringing it out. So with our hands, if we take the hand out, I'll turn sideways, try and keep it as straight as possible with the fingers except for the thumb, grabbing hold and pulling the fingers back towards you. And with that, you'll feel the stretch along here. Then we're bringing the fingers down and we're giving them a pull in. And with this, as well as feeling in the wrist, you will feel it into the elbows as well. And then let's relax. Let's try the other side. So taking the fingers out, everything but the thumb, pull the fingers in towards your armpit. And then lifting it up, everything again except for the thumb. Make sure you're getting that little finger pulling back. You'll feel this, it's quite nice there. We're bringing it down. We're going to bring it into our fingers and our thumb as well. I'm just going to get you to bring the finger back as if you're going to shoot your thumb and let it go. Then we're doing the same thing with the rest of the fingers. Again, I'll take it sideways to start off. So you're using your finger, you're pulling it back and then flicking it. Pulling it back and flicking it. Pulling it back and flick. Let me do it from the front. So again, starting with the thumb, sort of start midway down, slide the finger up until it flicks off. Same thing with this. And with this, you'll feel it right through the palm of the hand. More so than the wrist this time. Again, you may feel like a crunching, and that is just the fibres inside, that because there's no muscles here, it's all ligaments. So you feel them starting to stretch. If we're constantly on computers, if we're on our phones, we kind of hold our hands in this position. If you're a driver as well, you'll tend to hold your hand here. So this area starts to curl over. And then when we're doing certain yoga positions, you'll be pressing down on the hand and I tell you to make a hole here. But again, it causes the hand to go into that position. So you want to stretch them all out so that all of this, the ligaments around the wrists are loose as well. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a drink. Very warm in here this morning. Yeah, very informal today. Got me coffee. So let's take it into our our back. From here, we're going to curl into a cat and cow. So we're curling our stomach forward, pulling our hips forward, pulling our belly in, pulling our shoulders in, and then we're curling out. We're pushing our hips backward, pushing our chest forward, pulling our shoulders back as we breathe in. I'll do this from the side. So from here, the hips go in, the belly comes in, the shoulders and the head turn in as we're breathing out. And we're breathing in, we're taking the hips back, we're pulling the chest back, we're looking up. So we're going to go through 3 of these. So we're going to breathe out. And when you need to, breathe in. Now don't wait for me to tell you when to breathe. Breathe your own. So we're doing 3. So you can do quick breaths or small breaths. It's completely up to you. And then we're going to bring it back to a neutral spine. Okay? That's starting to get our chest and our back starting to work and open up our shoulders. So now we're going to take it down into a forward bend. Now, if you need to, if your boobs or your belly gets in the way, you can take your legs apart. You can keep them together. If you've got blood pressure problems, then don't necessarily drop your head. We're sitting down, but still you may feel a bit sick when you're coming up. Whenever you're coming back up, make sure you come up nice and slowly. Think about your body. With everything we do, make sure you constantly, as soon as you finish the first one, think, how do I feel? Do I feel okay? Do I feel sick? Do I feel hot really quickly? Any things like that, then you stop straight away. You can always sit there and watch me. So we'll keep our hands on our legs. We're going to breathe out, pulling our belly in and rolling forward. But like I said, if you've got blood pressure problems, then keep the head looking forward. So I'll do that from the side. So for blood pressure problem or back or lower spine problems, you're going to keep the back nice and straight, keep the head up. If you haven't got any back problems or you haven't got any high blood pressure, then you can curl down. Now we're going to breathe in as we come up, but we're tucking that chin in and we're lifting up. And then we're going to have a think, how do I feel? Okay? So I'm going to do it as if people haven't got blood pressure, haven't got high blood pressure, haven't got back problems. But like I said, if you have, then you stay with the back straight, your head chucked in, and as you're coming up nice and straight. On the Thursday morning one, I do it more for people with high blood pressure, diabetes. But this one, it's just as chair yoga, apart from mobility problems. That's the only thing I'm kind of working on. So 3 of these. So again, with your own breathing, don't wait for me to tell you to breathe in, to breathe out. Whenever you need to breathe in, come back up. Here we go. Breathing out as you're going down. Breathing in as you're curling back up. And you'll feel this right through your lower back. Last one. Okay. So now we're going to take it through a side stretch. Again, if you suffer with shoulder problems, you don't have to bring your arm up. You can keep your hand down at the side. If you use the side of your chair to hold on to, or the back of your chair, the leg of your chair to hold on to, sometimes you might feel you can slide down it as well. Keep your bum on the chair. You don't want your cheek to be coming off as you're lifting up, and your feet should stay down as well. So we're going to start by moving, I'll start this way so you can see my thumb. We're going to turn the thumb backwards and we're going to breathe in, lifting the arm up. As you breathe out, you're reaching over to the side, but you don't want that arm to come in front of your face. You want it to come behind your ear. You'll look it, if you can, up to the ceiling past your arm. If not, then you just look forward. Then we're breathing in to bring it back up and bring it down. So we're turning the thumb out, breathe in. We're breathing out to reach over. And breathing in. And then breathing out. Okay, so we're going to do again 3 on each side. Use your breath, work with that. Don't go with what I'm doing. It's always up to what you can do. And again, like I said, if you need to, keep that shoulder down. Breathe in. Breathe out to move. Now, a very strange thing I'm going to say, but for people that do my class, try and breathe into that top lung. Our last one. Breathe in. Lovely. We will talk about these things again when I'm doing the breathing stuff on Friday, but we'll work up to them. So we're going to do a bit of a turn and move round to the side. Using your opposite hand, bring it to your knee, push the knee in one direction, push the hand in the other. So it works as a sort of a tourniquet. Then if you bring your hand down to the sort of back of your chair, anywhere it can touch down there, and you're going to straighten yourself up, so you're breathing in, lifting up, and you're breathing out, and you're turning and looking over the side. Then you're bringing it back to centre. So I'm going to do it from the side. So with this, you're taking the hand to the side of the leg, pushing it away, taking the hand round by a chair, straightening the back, getting it nice and straight, and breathing out, pushing the leg, pushing the hand to turn and have a look over the back. And then we're bringing it back to centre. So again, we're going to do 3 on each side, sorry. Now, again, I'm going to say something about breathing, but this is only for people that have done my breathing classes and understand what I'm on about. But for anybody, have a think about it, because it does work. And it's great that you bring your mind to think about the inside of your body instead of just the outside of your body. So we're taking that left hand across on our right leg and pushing out, taking our right hand down to the floor, straighten ourselves up, breathe out, look over the side. Now, if you can breathe into your left lung, but out of your right lung, you'll find that that'll help twist a little bit more. And then we're bringing it back to centre. So we're changing sides. Now breathe in to the front of the left lung, the back of the right lung, and then breathing out, bringing it back round. Let's do it again. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Last one. Okay, great. So we're going to take it down into our pelvic floor. This is a great one. It works your stomach muscles. And it works the same way for men as it does for women. We only ever really tell women to do it when we're pregnant, but even men should do it at all times. Now, there is only one way that I can describe it. Imagine that you're in a lift, so you're keeping your bum muscles and everything nice and relaxed. You don't have to worry about those, but you're going inside. So imagine you're in a lift and you want to stop yourself from breaking wind, and you just pull a tiny little sphincter muscle at the bottom, but you're not squeezing your bum muscle. Keep the bum muscles nice and relaxed. Think about it's just up inside the bum cheeks. Then while holding that, at the front, imagine that you're about to have a wee and you want to stop yourself from having a wee. Then you've got this area here, and this is your abdominal lock. Now, normally it's kind of just relaxed. We're going to brace it or pull it back, zip and hollow if you do Pilates. But as you breathe out, you're going to pull the belly button towards the back of the body. Now, it's the same sort of movement. If you just to cough, put your hand on your belly and cough, you'd feel the muscle underneath tighten. And it's kind of the same thing, but we do it without the cough. So we're breathing out and we're pulling that muscle in. But we still breathe. We can still breathe into our chest. We're just not breathing into the lower abdominals. We're keeping everything nicely pulled in here. So then we relax. Now we're going to do this 5 times. So we're going to breathe out and pull everything in. And then we're going to breathe for 10 seconds. And then we can relax. Okay? So get yourself ready. So imagine you're in a lift. Pull that in. Imagine you want to stop yourself from having a wee. Imagine you're pulling your stomach back. Breathe out. Squeeze in. Now hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Lovely. So again, we're going to pull in at the back, pull in our stomach, our front, and breathe out, pull that abdominal in, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So we've got 3 more of these to do. So at the back, at the front, pull or brace that abdominal, whichever you prefer to think of it. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And we're going to go again. At the back, at the front, breathe out, pull that stomach in. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And our last one. So pull it at the back, at the front, breathe out, pull that belly in, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Lovely. So you should feel that working. This is a great exercise. It's working internally. So no, it won't give you that nice six-pack that everybody wants, but majority of that six-pack doesn't really do anything. It's the internal muscles that help protect our body. Them muscles are protecting the lower part of our stomach. They're keeping everything where they're supposed to. They stop us from leaking, and that goes for men and women. So as much as you can do them, pulling them in, really focusing, but make sure you breathe the whole time. So we're bringing it down into our legs, and we're going to just do a bit of a walk. Now, if you wanted, what you could do is while you were doing this, all we're going to be doing is lifting our feet off the floor. So it's like we're marching, but we're not moving off the floor, off the chair. At the same time as doing that, see if you can pull in that pelvic floor. So at the back, at the front, pull in that stomach muscle. Try and hold it, still breathing, but try and march your feet. So you're just lifting the foot off the floor, and you're trying, so keep going, don't, if I'm talking, just keep going. You're trying to keep that muscle pulled in, and you're trying to get the knee clear of the chair. And this is just an extra workout for that stomach muscle. You'll also feel it through the lower back, and you're starting to work it through that front of them legs as well. This psoas muscle is starting to work. We're bringing it back round and relax. So we'll take it a little bit further. Now, if you need to, you're going to bring the leg up and kick it out. And again, you want to get it clear of the floor. But what tends to happen, I'll do it this way, is as you lift the leg up and push out, the body starts to collapse down. So you want to keep the body nice and straight. If you have to, you can grab under the leg and push the leg out. Then bring it back in and place it down. Lifting it, hold it, shoulders back, push out, pull it in. Okay? So we're going to do 5 on each leg. Remember, I'm rubbish at counting, so count yourself. As I start talking, I completely forget. So we're lifting, again, pull them stomach muscles in, pull them abdominals in, lift, shoulders back, hold onto the leg, push it out, pull it in, bring it down. Now what this is doing is starting to work the knees, but without putting the pressure on the knees. We can always make it a bit more by pointing and flexing the toe as well. And then that brings in the ankles. You could always hold on to your chair, and that might help as well. But you'll feel it starting to pull and work more into the front of these thighs here. And we want nice strong thighs because they're the things that get us up and down the stairs. See, I've lost my count. Totally rubbish at counting. Do one more. And I think that's 5 on each side. But again, not too sure because I completely forgot. So we've worked here. Now let's take it to the outside. We're going to bring our feet over the top of each other. And you're going to squeeze your ankles together. Really, really squeeze them. And you'll feel the muscle on the bottom leg more so start to work. The muscle on the inside of the other leg starts to work. And we're relaxing. We're going to change it round. And we're going to squeeze the other 2 legs together. Make sure you're breathing while you're doing this. And we're changing again. Squeezing one leg up, squeezing the one leg down. Again, you'll feel it working into the knees or around the knees as well. And it's always good to build the strength around the knees so that the muscles should be doing the work, not the bones. Again, you'll feel it working into the ankles as well. And we'll do one more. If you need to, you can hold onto the chair. Remember, you can always pull them pelvic floor in, pull that stomach muscle in. And this just adds a bit more to it. And our last one. And relax. So we're going to take it into our seated tree. Now, I'm going to get you to come to the end of your chair. So not sitting right the way back. If you move forward a little bit, but you still want to keep that back nice and straight. So constantly thinking about your back. If you can, you can always flex the foot and place it up on top. Now, if that is too much, if you've got a block, you can place it on the block so that you're adding a little bit of height. Or if not, you can keep it on the floor. So I'm going to keep it on the floor so that people stay with me. But if you've done it at one of my classes and you know you can get your foot up, get your foot up. So you're just going to let your knee drop out to the side. And this starts to work that hip. Just getting it used because we're going to stand up in a little while and work that hip a bit more. So we're getting it used to doing a bit of work. And then we're bringing it straight, changing to the other side. So again, placing it on its side, on your knee, on a block, whatever you feel, and just letting the knee drop to the side. And we're bringing it back. And we're going to do one more. So turning it onto the side, just letting it move. Now, mine's quite flexible. You might find that your knee will kind of just do that. That's okay. You do whatever your body wants to. We're not pushing because we don't want to put too much pressure on this hip here. We just want to let the body do whatever the body wants to do. If it wants to go further, it will. If it doesn't, it won't. And we're changing that leg onto the side, just letting it drop. And bringing it back to centre. So from here, we're going to bring it into our toes. So with our toes, we're coming up onto our tiptoe. Do that way. And you're just kind of pushing the heel forward. And you'll feel it stretching right down through here. And then we're going to do the other side. So again, on your tiptoe, you don't have to keep moving sides from the chairs. It's just so that you can see what I'm doing with my ankle. Now you may find that you're rolling and you might not catch that little toe so it doesn't get a stretch. If you notice you're doing that, just push it out a little so that occasionally you do get that little toe in. So you may find the first time you do it where you're missing out the little toe completely, but this next we're going to do it a second time. Always better the second time. I'm going to turn this way. So again, if you want, you could do the 2 feet at the same time, but you don't have to. And like I said, if you need to, move them over so that you're catching that little toe as well. That needs a stretch. And then bring it down. So with our feet again, we're going to stay where we are, bringing our feet under, and we're kind of pushing into them. But we're sort of lifting our toes and seeing if we can put the toes down into a Mexican wave. I can't do it very well either, don't worry about it. But again, it's bringing our mind right to our lower part of our body. And then we'll relax. So now we're going to use our sock. Anything you've got, see if you can crawl the sock towards you, or even pick a sock up or pick something up off the floor. So you're trying to crawl it towards you. Not great on my mats, better on a floor. I'll turn that way, I'll turn this way. So on a slippier floor it makes it a bit easier. You're just crawling the sock towards you. And you'll notice that it starts to work the bridge. So it's as if you're doing a bicep curl, but for your bridge of your foot. If you can't do that, just seeing if you can pick it up off the floor. So picking the sock up with your toes. Oh, that was clever. Threw it there. How much cheaty can I be? There we go. Bring it back. Alright, so it starts to work the bridge of the foot here. Move that out of the way. Lovely. So give your feet a little shake. We're going to bring ourselves up to standing. Now, oh, I should take that in as well. So sit yourself back down. We're going to bring ourselves up to standing nicely. So we're making sure that our feet are flat on the floor. We're going to take our hands out in front of us. I'll do it sideways. So our feet are flat, even if you have to move yourself right to the edge of your thing so that your feet are flat on the floor, in line with your thing. Your hands are reaching out, your chin's tucked in. You're leaning forward. Then you're going to breathe in and lift up. So we're going to sit ourselves back down again. So we're taking our hands out. We're pushing our bum back. We're tucking our chin in. From here, we're sitting down. So we're reaching out and breathing in as we're coming up. Then as we breathe out, we're taking the bum back, keeping the back nice and straight, sitting down. Now, if you wanted to make it a little bit harder, bring your hands in by your side, leaning forward, breathing in and coming up. Breathing out, sitting down. Now, this is a great exercise just on its own, learning to get up and out of a chair without actually putting your hands down to help you out. It works the thighs, works the back, works the bottom. And then eventually, when we get ready, we'll go into a chair position, which is here, and we hold it, which makes it a little bit harder. But if you have the chair underneath, you can always stop there just for a second, or the same on the way up, stop for a second before you come back up, and you'll feel that working on that lower back. You'll feel it working on your bum. So we're staying up. I'm going to turn my chair to the side so that you can see it, and I'm going to bring this one up because my floor is freezing. I'm not turning my heater back on, otherwise I'd die. So, you don't see so much of the chair now. We're going to stand behind the back of the chair, and we're using our chair as so that we don't fall over. We're going to work now the front at the back of the thing, because we've been sitting, we have to work the back, otherwise it's not fair. And also this front muscle here, the psoas that we've been working out, we've got to stretch it out. If we sit constantly, then this muscle starts to shrink, and so it pulls our body into either that position, or when we stand, it brings us down. And again, if we're at computers all the time, this lower part of the back, instead of having a nice arch to it, like our foot, it starts to lose that arch. So we want to make sure we keep that arch in. If we start with standing, so you can stand holding your chair. I'm going to stand this way so that you can see me. If we start with our mountain pose, you're going to get your feet, make sure that your feet are in line and that your toes are facing forward. They're not sticking out to the side. They're not pointing in. You also want to make sure that when you bend your knees, your toes, your knees go in the same direction as your toes. They're not, when you're bending your knees, going out to the side or coming in towards each other. If they do, then it's all to do with this muscle here, and it just moves, and it'll move your kneecaps out and in as well. So you want to make sure that they're in the same direction, your knees are the same direction as your toes are pointing. So even if your toes are pointing out and you think, I can't actually get my toes in that way, if they're pointing out, just make sure again that the knees are still going the same direction. It's more important that the knees and the toes are in the same direction rather than which way they're facing, really, as long as you're working out that. Oh my gosh, I'm going through the time today. So from here, we're going to lift our toes up really, really hard, and we'll feel the kneecap start to open as well. We'll also feel this muscle here tighten up. Keep that nice and tight, see if you can put the toes down. With the feet, try pushing into the outside edge, as well as the big toe knuckle, the knuckle of the little toe as well. And that you're pushing also into the back. You're not leaning forward or leaning too far back. You feel the weight even between the knuckles of the toes and the back of the foot. Then you're going to think about your bum muscle. And if you tighten your bum muscle, then you'll find that you can tighten this muscle at the bottom of the thigh, at the back of the thigh as well. And then you'll find that the side muscle tightens. If you tried to tighten that side muscle all on its own, you probably wouldn't find that it would do it. It needs all the rest of the muscles, or your mind, to work on the easier muscles to then bring in the harder ones for us to get hold of. Then we're going to do our pelvic floor. So again, at the back, at the front, and pull that stomach muscle in. Bring the shoulders back and down. And again, you can have the hands on the chair, but bringing the shoulders back. Tuck the chin in, shoulders back, holding onto your chair. If you can, close your eyes. If you feel you can let go with one hand, turning the thumbs out to the side, stretching the fingers to the floor. And then if you feel you can, you let go with the other hand. If you feel wobbly, you've always got that chair there for you. So mountain pose is probably one of the nicest poses to do, and it works all the muscles in the body. So we're turning the same close here. We're going to take our foot out to the side, keeping the toes facing forward. We don't want them turning out. We're going to bring it in and we're going to take it back. And again, we're keeping them toes pointing forward. We don't want them pointing out. We're going to bring it in. We're going to push our hips in towards the chair, pull our shoulders back and lean back. So we'll feel the stretch here and we'll feel it pinching a little bit there, and we're coming back up. So we're going to do the other side. Take the chair that way so you can kind of see what I'm doing with my foot. Bringing the chair out, bringing the foot out, sorry. Bringing it in. Take it behind. Bring it in. And reach forward, shoulders back. And bringing it back up. And we're going to do one more of these. So taking the foot out, taking it in, bringing it back, and lean back. Last side. Out to the side, bring it back in, kick it back, bring it in, push the waist in, and bring it back up. Okay, so that starts to work the thighs, work the back. We're going to take it now and work the backs of our thighs, stretch our hamstrings. With this, we're going into an adapted down dog. If you've got shoulder problems, you might find that putting your elbows on the chair and walking yourself back. From here, keeping the feet straight, bring your head down between the arms. Now, you may find that the back starts to arch. If it does, bend the knees and push the chest down. Let your head rest on your arm. So this is an adapted down dog, which makes it a little bit easier if you've got shoulder problems. But you'll feel that even though the knees are bent, you'll still feel that into your hamstrings. So we're going to come back up. We're going to bring our right foot in, place it by the chair, keep that back foot flat on the floor. I'm going to turn this way. Sometimes it's better to see what my feet are doing rather than my face. Who needs to see my face? So you're taking your foot back, trying to keep the foot flat on the floor and the toes facing forward. The front legs bent, pull the shoulders back, bend the knee at the front. You'll feel it straight away into your calf. And then bringing it back up. We're going to change legs. So we're bringing that left foot in. We're keeping the right foot flat on the floor, heels down. Bend the knee. Shoulders back, pulling down. Pull the stomach muscles in. And bring it back. So we're going to take it back down into our down dog to stretch them legs. So again, hands here or take the hands out. Having that space. Taking the chair, the back of the chair out. Taking the arms down. So again, if you want to, you can have the hands there. Again, if that back arches, bend the knees, push the chest down. Otherwise, you're trying to keep them legs nice and straight, pushing the chest to the floor, tucking the chin in. You don't want the head dropping, but you also don't want it lifting. You want to try and imagine that the ears in line with the arms. And then we're coming back up. We're going to step that right foot in. We're keeping that left foot on the floor. We're keeping the heels down, but this time we're going to see if we can bend that knee while still pushing there, just trying to bend. You won't get much, but even the thought of bending your knee, you'll feel it move down. So from the calf down to this area here. And then we're going to move. So again, I'm turning around because my heels are more important than my face. So we're stepping back. We've got the heel flat. We're bending that knee a little. And then we're just going to try and move the foot gently side to side. So thinking about it the whole time. And then we're stepping in. We're going to take the other leg back. So we're stepping it back, keeping the heel flat, pushing into the front knee, shoulders back, but then we're bending that knee a tiny little bit and then just rocking the heel side to side. Now with this, think about where you're feeling. It's a brilliant, beautiful stretch for that lower leg. And even though at the moment, yes, okay, we haven't got to go out and walk around on uneven surfaces, but it gets the ligaments in the foot ready to do that. And then bring it back in. So we're going to take it up onto our tiptoes to work them calves as well. So holding onto the chair, bring the feet together if you can. If you can't, then again in line with the hips. It's completely up to you. So from here, we're going to come up and onto our tiptoes, squeezing our legs together, or imagine squeezing them, pulling that stomach muscle in, pulling them shoulders down. And then we're bringing it back down again. So we're going to come back up again. So again, breathing in, lifting up. And while you're here, breathe 3 breaths. And then bringing it back down again. So I'm going to get you to bring yourself back onto your chair. We turn our chair round and sit ourselves down. From here, we're just going to take ourselves into a bit of a stretch for our lower back, because we've been doing a few things, and then just relax down. So with this, we're going to do a kind of an eagle stretch. You're going to bring your right leg over the top. Now, it can say that, in fact, I won't do the next bit. I'll just keep it here. You're bringing, if it's your right leg, your left hand's coming on. And again, you're pushing the legs in opposite direction. From here, straighten up, hand down at the back of the chair. Breathe out. Have a look over your back. Hold it for 3 breaths. And then we're bringing it back, and we're going to do the other side. So cross the leg over, place the hand on the knee, place the other hand down by the chair, straighten up, breathe out, have a look over the back. Hold it for 3 breaths. So again, try to breathe in to the front of your left lung and into the back of your right lung. And let's bring it back, and let's do one more on each side. So hand down, stretch up, breathe out, have a look over the back. 3 breaths, breathing into the front of your right lung and into the back of your left lung. And our last one. So crossing, opposite hand on the leg, the other hand goes down by the chair. We're stretching up as we breathe in, we're breathing out to move. And then we're holding it for 3 breaths. And bringing it back to centre. Lovely. So we're going to finish off with just some breathing, and we're going to do about 10 breaths before my time runs out. If we start, we're going to fill the whole lung. So we're starting at the bottom. You can place one hand at the bottom of the stomach and one hand on your chest. I do it sideways. You're breathing out. Then you're going to breathe into your lower belly. Then you're going to breathe into your chest. Then you're breathing out from the chest, breathing out from the belly. You're also breathing into the sides as you breathe in. Breathing out. And then we have our back as well. I'm going to get you to close your eyes and just breathe through the nose and out through the nose. I'm going to get to do 3 cleansing breaths. So breathe in through the nose, but now imagine you're blowing out a candle through the mouth. And 2 more. And our last one. Thank you very much. I'm going to come down and see who's here before my time runs out. Okay. Oh, new people. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Crafty Bun Studios. Lovely. Hi, Katie. And then we've got on here, oh, Sheila Dunn, my mum's friend. Lovely. Leanne, Deanna. Oh, Sam. Hiya, Sam. Old school friend. Paul Coughlin. Melita. Jean. Hi, Auntie Jean. Hi, Amanda. So, thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm about to run out in about 2 minutes. If there's anything anybody wants to know, let me know. You can get me on Facebook, Instagram. You can DM me if you've got my mobile. Direct me, send me a text. Old school or phone. Tonight, 7:30 will be 7 o'clock. Sorry, will be it's a fitness yoga, so it's a bit more moving. Not so much with the chairs, but again, if I need to, I will tell you about adaptions and things like that. Otherwise, thank you for coming and joining me. Again, I'll do another one at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, which is an adapted yoga session. So it's not completely all chairs. There will be some floor work as well. But I will adapt it for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, slip disc joint problems and stuff like that. So I'll try and adjust it for everybody. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. God bless.